Okay, let's dive right in because we've got a lot of ground to cover. We are tracking a fast-moving geopolitical supply chain emergency right now and a hyper-targeted Western solution. Welcome to Part 1, the Critical Supply Corridor Emergency. Today's explainer is all about Nimy Resources, ticker NIM on the ASX. And listen, this isn't just your standard mining story. This is a literal race to unlock the next Western megadeposit. We've got a massive critical mineral crisis unfolding globally, and Nimy has positioned its absolute monster of a project in Western Australia as the standalone answer. We are going to move fast through this data, so buckle up.
99%. Just let that number sink in for a second. That is the staggering near-total production monopoly that China currently holds over the world's refined primary supply of gallium. This is the absolutely non-negotiable critical substrate for next-gen semiconductor fabrication, the whole EV revolution, those crazy AI superchips like the NVIDIA Grace Blackwell, and advanced military defense networks. And right now, the West is fundamentally cut off.
So when Beijing suddenly enacted these rigid export controls on gallium, it sent an absolute shockwave straight through U.S. tech and defense sectors. We are looking at a market that's projected to just explode to $21.53 billion by 2034. But because of these export controls, non-Chinese domestic inventories have shrunk rapidly, and Western spot prices, they've completely spiked to extreme retail premiums of $1,200 per kilogram. It is a literal supply corridor emergency threatening the tech in your pocket and the defense systems protecting it.
All right, moving right into Part 2, exposing the Mons powerhouse, a district-scale system in Western Australia. This is exactly where Nimy pivots to become a first-mover jurisdictional solution, located right in the incredibly safe Tier 1 mining hub of Western Australia. Look at this. 95% of global gallium is just a secondary byproduct of processing bauxite, and that averages around 30 to 60 grams per ton. But Nimy's Block 3 East discovery, it boasts a massive 102 grams per ton. This is a primary, standalone discovery. It totally uncouples gallium from traditional aluminum market cycles, which is a massive strategic differentiator for them. And spatially, the scale is just massive. Nimy has already delivered a maiden JORC Inferred Resource that confirms an incredible 740 tons of contained gallium trioxide. And here's the real kicker. It carries a massive rare earth oxide credit on top of that. Over 3,800 tons of contained total rare earth oxides. They're proving up this near-surface economic potential with intercepts that literally rank among the highest-grade primary gallium intercepts on the planet.
Which brings us to Part 3, the technology disruption. World-first direct extraction. Because look, it's one thing to find the metal in the ground, right? It's an entirely different beast to actually extract it economically. Historically, refining gallium is painfully expensive. It gets trapped inside these caustic, high-heat smelting bottlenecks, but Nimy's gallium is totally different. It's uniquely bound within a soft sapper-like clay. This means they can cleanly extract the metal using a super simple, low-temperature ambient acid leach. They are completely bypassing the multi-billion-dollar refinery model.
And to commercialize this edge as fast as possible, Nimy has locked in a heavily funded 2-year strategic R&D partnership with Curtin University and the University of Western Australia, backed by government grants. And guys, the research is already validating the chemistry. They are hitting a 70% initial extraction profile under moderate acid leaching with a 90% recovery rate right from the liquid solutions. They are rapidly de-risking this flow sheet using proven off-the-shelf systems.
Let's shift gears to Part 4, drilling into gold. The 16-kilometer exploration bonus.
So because Nimy controls a dominant 3,000 square kilometer footprint, they are striking value across multiple commodities. It's a massive scale multiplier for their valuation. Back on June 9, 2026, Nimy confirmed a continuous 16-kilometer gold corridor sitting right on the eastern margin of the Mons Greenstone Belt. Now they are actively designing a maiden drill program specifically targeted for the second half of 2026 at their newly named corporate James Prospect.
And how did they find this? By utilizing ultra-precise CSIRO soil technology. They detected elevated gold values that perfectly match 7 critical pathfinders. I'm going to blast through them. Arsenic, antimony, bismuth, molybdenum, silver, tungsten, and tellurium. It is almost scary how perfectly this matches the textbook geochemical footprint of a major district-scale orogenic gold system. Oh, and they have another 85 kilometers of this exact same contact structure that is completely untested.
Okay, Part 5, the Pipeline Alliance, securing the U.S. defense industrial base.
This right here is exactly how Nimy is translating a Western Australian dirt discovery into a highly secure critical minerals pipeline directed straight to the United States. As we established, gallium is a totally non-negotiable strategic asset for the U.S. military. For radar, missile guidance, advanced national security semiconductors, the DoD absolutely requires a sustainable supply, and Nimy is actively building that bridge right now.
They are executing this through a really powerful logistics alliance with the NYSE-listed Critical Minerals Consolidator, M2I Global. Here's the plan. Step 1 is extraction in WA. Step 2, and get this is already happening. Nimy has physically shipped 100 kilograms of high-grade gallium ore directly to the U.S. for downstream processing mapping across academic institutes and defense contractors. Step 3 is full integration right into the defense industrial base flow sheet. It's an end-to-end strategic commercialization pathway.
And that leads us perfectly to the climax here, Part 6, the immediate catalyst, rapid valuation re-rating.
Right now, we are looking at an extreme valuation disconnect sitting in the market ahead of some major news. Fundamental Research Corp recently initiated coverage on Nimy with a buy rating and assigned a fair value target of 20 cents per share. When you compare that to the current 6-cent trading price, you are looking at a projected 233% upside. The market is currently pricing this thing like it's a quiet explorer, completely ignoring the fact that it's actually a direct extract critical minerals powerhouse.
And the definitive trigger expected to completely shatter this information vacuum is dropping this very month. Perth-based consultants Strategic Metallurgy are finalizing the official Block 3 scoping study for release in June 2026. This is the exact document that officially locks in the initial financial modeling, that modular low capex structure we talked about, and the exact operating margins for their concentrator model. And here is absolutely the best part to close on. Nimy is fully funded to execute all this momentum. They are sitting on over $5.13 million cash in the bank. They are strategically de-risked, they are heavily partnered, and they are standing at an asymmetric turning point. So the provocative question I'm leaving you with today is this: will you track this strategic asset right now before the true economics of the next Western megadeposit are fully priced in? Thanks for joining this rapid-fire explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.